Hello and welcome to the Art of Caro. In this video I'm going to be starting my knitting journey. Just gonna give a bit of a warning, I talk a lot throughout this video and talk about how I have experienced knitting and why I want to learn knitting. And if that's not interesting to you, just don't watch the video. But if you go ahead, like actually quite far into the video, there's me showing you how I'm knitting one of the socks in a pair of socks. And I just want to say, because I think I forget to mention it later on, that is the Rosy Racers from Drops. I'm gonna link the pattern below. And then let's just get into the video. Hi, so this is meant to be like a vlog about me learning how to knit, or sort of tackling a big knitting project that I'm waiting for the yarn for. I wanted to show you my journey. I've always had a hard time learning how to knit. I have knit like sample pieces and stuff like that, and then immediately forgotten how I did it, and I never finished a garment or a figure or anything like that. I've always been a crocheter. I'm having a hard time with the English word. In Swedish it's virka för crochet and sticka för knitting. So I've always been a crochet person, and I crocheted a lot before, a lot, and I crocheted and hand wrote and painted and did a lot of stuff with my right hand that included a twisting motion and overworked my arm, and it gets really easily overworked again, and I get a lot of pain in my right arm. So I haven't been able to crochet, even though I really wanted to, and I couldn't figure out the knitting. And one of the reasons was that I kept bumping the knitting needles into my arms, and it kept me from getting into a flow of it, so I didn't enjoy it. But my mom has been knitting a lot. You've probably seen my like off-white, cream white bicycle sweater, Edwardian bicycle sweater. My mom knit that without a pattern, and she discovered these round needles, like magic loop needles or whatever they're called. As you notice, I am extremely new at this, and I know some of the Swedish terms, but I don't know the English terms yet. But they're like these needles, and you knit on the round and stuff like that, and even if you knit back and forth, it's a lot easier, and you don't get the needles bumping into your arm. So I can sit in a more comfortable position, and I can actually knit without aggravating my arm. So I had this really irresistible urge to crochet, and I can't crochet because it messes up my arm, and so I decided that I wanted to learn how to knit and actually knit some garments, and my mom helped me out, and I started with this. It's a hat with cat ears, and I'm very happy with it. It's a really chunky yarn, and it's that kind of yarn that's not really spun very tightly, so this is a kind of fragile garment, but it was a really chunky yarn, which made it a lot easier to use. And these needles are actually too big for it, but I got these from the second-hand shop, the thrift shop, and that made this perfect, because I was just trying to figure out if I could stick with it enough to make an entire garment. And so I made this, and I'm very happy with it. I didn't document it because I just wanted to figure it out on my own without the camera getting in my way. It's just a round tube that's sewn for the ears, and it's this more elastic knit in the bottom, and yeah, as I said, I can't figure out the terms. I need to make some what's it called, blocking on this to even it out, or whatever you're supposed to do with the water and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I need to do some research. But I thought, I just sort of threw myself into this. I have a project that I really want to do that's way complicated for a beginner, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm kind of stupid that way. Or am I genius? We'll find out. But anyway, I thought, what's the perfect thing to do after you've made a hat? You know, maybe a scarf or some squares. No, a couple of socks, because I was really cold because the heat had gone out of my apartment, and I was freezing because it's October. Like the day before last we had our first snow. I mean, I have the heat back in my apartment now, but it was hovering about around 0 degree Celsius, a couple of degrees above, a couple of degrees below, and there was no heat. I woke up, it was 13 degrees in my apartment, I think, or like 15 degrees in my apartment. It was 15 degrees in my apartment. It was really cold. So I wanted to make some socks. And the other reason that why socks was what came to mind was because a store called Hobby online had some Halloween yarn for sale, like for a discount price. And I got this lovely yarn with Halloween colors, and I got a Addy Sock Wonder pair of needles, knitting needles. It's kind of special because it has a really small wire, but it's perfect for knitting socks. It's what it's made for. It has one needle that's longer than the other, and this is the like lace version, so it has a more pointier end on this, and it's great. I love it. This is the size that my parents said I should have, and that my yarn said I should have, but I knit kind of loosely, so I had to go down 2 sizes. I meant to go down 1 size, but I accidentally ordered 2 sizes down, because this is a 3mm and I ordered a 2mm. So that's what happened. So I've already knit 1 sock, and I'm super proud of myself. I'm gonna link the pattern below, because I think it's a free pattern, and I think it comes in a lot of different languages, but this is the first sock, and it's super pretty and it fits really nicely. And I've started to knit the second, and this is, you can see here how these needles works. And I had to use the only point where I can use these was at the toe, and then I used these bigger ones to transfer my what's it called in English? My stitches, is that right? To the other needle, and I could knit them there. But this is knit 1 purl 2, knit 2 purl 2 for this more elastic part. I'm going to continue to knit that until it's the same length as these, and then I'm gonna switch to just knitting all the way around. And since I had to order another knitting needle thingy, I ordered 2 more of their Halloween yarn for socks. This is specifically sock yarn, so it's been it has some super wash wool, which makes it more makes it so that it will be easier to wash in the washing machine. So it's 75% wool and 25% polyamide. So it's not completely made of wool, but it's a lot of wool, and that polyamide will make it easier to deal with the washing. So I ordered some more, and these are sparkly. So I have these 2 yarn, and they are nice and sparkly and cute, and these are also superwash wool, and these are it's the same weight and length of yarn as the other one, so I can just use the same needles for it. This is 24% wool, this is 74% wool, 24% polyamide, and 2% polyester. So that's the sparkly thread. You can see it's like wound. It's wound around the yarn. So this is what I can move on after I'm done with these socks. But I also have a lot of yarn on my way for my big project that I want to do coming up, and that is actually a take on the Christmas sweater, but I'm gonna make it a Lord of the Rings sweater using a pattern that exists on the same place, Drops, where I got these 3 patterns, and I changed out the design with Lord of the Rings designs and colors and stuff like that. So I've ordered yarn for that, or like my mom ordered yarn when she ordered her yarn, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. What's great with that is that I can use larger needles, because this is not very comfortable for your hands after a while. It's kind of small. It doesn't screw up my arm the same way that knitting does, but I need to remember to stretch. I started this one the 30th of October, because that's when I got the knitting needles, and today is, yeah, and then I finished it yesterday on the 1st November, and started this the 1st as well, when I was done with the other. So it doesn't take very long to make socks, and it's not as complicated as you might think, or at least wasn't with the pattern I had. It's really good because Drops, they have videos that shows you how you're supposed to do different parts that are linked within the pattern. So whenever I got to a spot where I wasn't understanding the instructions, I could just look at the video and I was like, oh yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. So that was pretty great. Yeah, so that's my knitting journey so far. And this is my first finished knitted project ever. And and then I moved on to this, and I'm super proud. Like, I don't think you understand how proud I am of myself, because I did this doing something that I struggled with since I was a little kid. I've been trying to learn how to knit in different contexts since I was quite small. My mom showed me when I was like 7 or something, 8. I know I had a test patch somewhere. I didn't take to it, and then I didn't do it again, and then I tried to learn at school, and then yeah, knitting hasn't been something that has just worked out for me. And I really loved to crochet, so it wasn't really something I focused on a lot. But I'm so proud of myself that it has become something I can do now. So I'm gonna try to film me knitting the other sock, and then we'll see if I will start up a different sock pattern with the other yarn, or if the sweater yarn shows up and I start with that. It all depends on what comes up and what projects gets put in between, because I have sewing projects going on as well, and bobbin lace that's almost finished that I need to work on. So yeah, but I have cold feet, and it's starting to get cold out, so I kind of want some socks. And yeah, I'm really pleased with myself for adding a new skill. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I finished knitting what I think is called the ribbing, 2x2 ribbing, and then I just did a round of regular stitches, like knit stitches, and did 16 decrease knits. I don't know what's it called, but I just decreased the number of stitches, and then I'm just knitting regular knits. So instead of going 2 knits, 2 purls, it's just knit, knit, knit. And I'm gonna go at this until it's time to start on the heel. So I'm gonna show you a bit of that. I've gotten to the point where I am knitting back and forth to get the heel. These stitches are on a separate thread right now, and these ones I'm stitching. I'm kind of sad that the purple ended up at the heel, but that's just how it goes. It's different for the other sock. There the black ended up on the heel, but here's the purple. So I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I'm going to decrease, yeah, I'll try to film that, but I kind of get into it and forget what I'm doing when it comes to the filming, so hopefully I will catch that. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you how I do the back and forth with these knitting needles. So. Okay, so I'm done with the decreasing, and now I'm just going to stitch all this together. So I'm meant to put on 15 stitches here, and then put these back on my needle and stitch them and stitch up 15 here, so I get back to knitting in a circle again. Yeah, so I'm just going to start with the knitting and show you. Hi, so I got into the knitting and sort of forgot to film again. I have just knitted around and around with knitting, just knit stitches, just the regular stitches. And I'm gonna continue to do so until I can measure 18 centimeters from this mark to here, and then I'm gonna start on the toe. And yeah, it's coming along nicely. I have come to the point where I can no longer knit comfortably with this needle, and instead of getting some of those when you use like 4 needles, double-ended needles, I'm going to use this. This is the larger one. I had to buy a smaller one for this project, but I'm going to use this and just pull my tension tighter when I'm using this, and that will make it a lot more easier for me. And that's the finished socks. The pictures I put up was pictures I had sent to my mom, because sometimes I send her like progress photos, so when we talk about how my projects are coming along, I can show her what I mean. And she is the one who sort of got me into knitting right now. The pictures was the ones I sent to my mom, because I totally forgot to take any reveal footage of my socks, and that's because I just really wanted to wear them. So as soon as they were done, they went straight onto my feet, and yeah, to keep my feet warm. And then I wore them until they got so dirty I couldn't wear them anymore, because in Sweden, when we're walking inside, we take off our shoes, which means if you're your socks picks up a lot of dirt from the floor and stuff like that. And I also went to my godson's dance class with him and danced wearing my socks. I should probably have worn something that had a bit more grip because I was sliding a bit, but it went well. Anyway, all that's to say, I don't have any proper reveal footage for this because they are in the wash now, so yeah, but I really wanted to get a video up this week, and I have had some stuff that got in the way. I was intending to have another video up, but it requires a lot more editing, and life just got in the way, so you get this video instead. And that what's great with that is that I'm really hoping that the next video I can put up is of my Lord of the Rings sweater. And I mentioned that a bit in the beginning, and I'm just gonna give you a bit of a tease to that. I am almost done with the body portion of this, and so I'm just gonna go show you a quick little ta-da! Look at this. And I'm very happy with that. So progressing with the knitting of the sweater is going well. And I also wanted to talk about, I had to wait a bit for the yarn for the sweater, so I started on another pattern. Unfortunately it had a factory knot in it, so the gradient got messed up, but it's fine, I don't really mind that much. So I only have one sock of this type right now, but I am going, when I'm done with the sweater, I'm gonna do the other one. I just really wanted to do the sweater. This is a different drops pattern, and when I do this I'm gonna do a video of it when I do the other one, and then I'm gonna share the pattern for this. So so these were the Rosy Racers pattern, I think. Again, I'm gonna link it below, and yeah, that's it for this part of my knitting journey. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you didn't find all my talking too annoying. And I'm looking forward to the rest of my knitting journey. And that's all I have for you this video, so thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more of my videos in the future, you may want to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And also, I would love if you have any comments about knitting and any tips and tricks, and explaining knitting terms to me. That would be great. If I use any knitting terms wrong, I would love to be corrected, so I learn. Yeah, may the stars shine upon your faces and have a glorious day. Thank you, and goodbye for now.